Hello! Hello, welcome, welcome. I've changed a lot of things in my setup again. For the better, though. It should all be for the better. Over the course of editing my YouTube videos, the clip downs of the streams that I've been doing, have noticed that my mic has had this weird, it's like a white noise that happens, not only when I do the S sounds, because that's a thing, it's called semblance, it's a thing, but like all the time, and I couldn't figure out where it was coming from because I have a gate for all the noise from my computer. Like my input drops when I stop talking. It was only happening while I was talking. And it was the weirdest fucking problem. It was actually, I have a Blue Yeti microphone. One of these puppies right here. And they are clearly designed for a studio that has noise insulation and everything's all set up to be crystal clear and silent. Because you have to set up noise gates like crazy on them. Otherwise you'll hear the computer and everything else. And apparently, now this is a kicker, the USB cable coming off of the mic running to my PC, the subtle vibrations coming from my computer fans through the USB cable were actually triggering the condenser mic inside of it. So, the solution was actually to go get a powered USB hub. So with the powered USB hub plugged into the wall instead of my computer through a small AC adapter, you can't hear shit. You can't hear that through the cable, and since it runs to a box and then my computer and is stabilized by that box, you don't get any vibrations from my fans running through the cable as well. So in theory, it should sound better. And also I can drag this mic around the room now. So I've set up scenes and stuff where I can, hello, Mr. Brennan, how do you do? I've set up some scenes where I can, you know, move the mic up over here and use it as like a stand-up mic. We can even move it nice and close like this. Talk like a radio man. Do you like Wilbur talking like a radio man? Anywho, I've been playing Forza, okay? And while it's quiet at the beginning of the stream, because I'm pretty sure everyone I know is also streaming on this Friday, we're gonna play some Forza. Racing games are like background. You don't really have to hear them too well, you know what I mean? It's mostly just engines anyway. Starting to worry about Wilbur's driving skills. Maybe it's a Canadian thing. No, it's right now I am hella distracted by trying to like balance my audio levels. I did a lot of work on my mics today. I hope they sound better, by the way. And the only side effect is that I'm constantly looking at my levels now that I'm live to make sure that everything's correct. So once I actually start focusing on the game, my driving should improve. Yeah, here we go. Okay. This game is pretty sweet. Like, it's a big open world, and when you're racing around, you can like send short messages to other drivers around you, and then like challenge them to head-on races or race around, find an event together. And there's a movie called Canadian Bacon, highly recommend. It's an old one. I remember that from when I was a kid. I know it didn't have Kevin Bacon in it, and that was like half the joke. I've never watched it as an adult, so maybe I should. That's an interesting suggestion, actually. Difficulty. We're gonna go to novice because I'm not really paying attention. I don't want to just lose constantly. Don't judge me. Oh, really? It's about the US and Canada going to war? I didn't even know that. And it's over dumb stuff. Okay. I mean, that sounds realistic. That's the true skill, actually, is streaming, reading your comments, and maintaining a good line in a racing game. That's skill right there. Fuck, I had to slow down a lot there. So did everyone else, though. This is good. The hard AI setting is realistic daily drivers. Wait. They don't race you as much as they do right-hand turns from the left lane and such. They just fuck with you, you know. They really have no concern about winning the race. They just want you to have a bad day. Oh, no. No! God! Well, I'm in last place.
We have to serve and protect. You'd watch the shit out of cops busting people all day long, I bet.
You know what? When that show was deemed appropriate and was still on the air, I did watch it. So yes. I like how they just totally took it down because they're like, hey, maybe this is disrespectful to people getting arrested. Don't you think?
Who may no longer be criminals.
Yeah, right? It's not fair. It's not fair. And then this is re-aired for 15 years and they can never get a job. That's the whole problem with those. They have news shows that took their place, and I don't know how they're weaseling around the legal stuff, but they're, you know, they blur more, I guess. These are made-up names and blah, blah, blah. Like, cops used to just show them straight up. There was very little blurring unless their fucking wang was hanging out or something. I remember ye old blurred titty.
Ye old blurred titty. But the idea is interesting because it's like when people say North Edmonton is a bad and violent place, right? Or a north side of any city or the west side of any city is a bad place. It's all just based.
Look, hang on, wait. There's people on TikTok watching on TikTok. You're getting half the conversation, okay? There's a link in my profile. It's a link tree, but the very first link on it is my Twitch, and that's where we're doing sauced philosophy hour, okay? Where I'm sauced toxinism, but we're talking philosophy in the old Discord chit chat. So it's basically like a podcast where we're pondering the universe and what the fuck is going on here, while having drinks. At least I'm having. So if you're enjoying half of the conversation on TikTok, definitely check out the link in my bio, and you'll get even more. You'll get like the entire other half of the conversation. All right, moving on. I've done my address to TikTok. What were you saying? Sorry.
So it's like when people say North Edmonton is bad and violent because it's always expressed from an outsider who's doesn't actually live there, who had a bad encounter or saw someone that was not they would like to see in their neighborhood, like they're than a native person or a Lebanese person, and that's what it's actually based off of. And what Bad Uncle Bob is kind of saying in a way is that the way we were expressed and told about Australian history, even American history, was being told to us by British people who were sour that America had managed to separate itself. And that's why, or Australia had managed to separate itself.
Okay.
Or, I don't,
that,
you know what I mean?
I get it. I get it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it
was written by people previously in history that are not happy with the way things went.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Is like, we look at it like that. So they say these people are bad and criminals, and that's where we send our trash. It's because they got away. It wasn't because they were trash. It was because they fled those assholes.
They got out.
And it wasn't assholes. It was other assholes too.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Holy shit. What do you think happens after we die? I love asking people that question because they're like, fuck, man, I'd rather not think about it. But that's the perfect place to start a philosophy conversation. Okay, that's what philosophy is.
You ever lie in bed at night and just like realize that one day you're not gonna wake up?
Yes. Yeah, dude. Like
and it
too much.
Too much. Your heart hurt. Yeah.
Yes, too much. No, look. And I believe whatever the goddess or God decides for me is what will happen. That is fair. There you go. All right. I like the idea that the light at the end of the tunnel is of a JJ and you just get born again. It's an operating table. You fucking get taken care of for a few years because you just died in another life. You don't have to worry about shit. It's like a vacation. And then I'm pretty sure that's what happens, bro. One life, yeah, but you wouldn't know about it. It's already happened a bunch of times, so you wouldn't even know. Like, there's no, your brains are not connected. It's all different physical matter, so you would never know the difference. It would literally be your first life all over again.
What if you played your life in reverse and it was normal to you, but it was all reverse?
Oh, look. Okay, so look, there's this crazy physics theory that there is a parallel dimension that runs in reverse time of ours. So what you were saying, Toxin, is that basically you die and then you end up living.
Yeah, your death is your birth.
Yeah, but in reverse. So you're like an old man.
Slowly backwards, and everything is backwards, and you don't notice it because that's how the world is. So it feels like just living the same world right now.
Oh my god, that'd be so weird. And then when you get back to the beginning, you just go back.
Yeah.
And I also like Bob's angle there. Like, it'll be so nice when it happens. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not out seeking death, but fuck, can't wait to relax.
Smoke grass and touch ass.
Mm-hmm. Right, and give me gas, cause or maybe grass. I don't know. Not actual grass though. I'm talking weed. I would like weed. If I drive you around anywhere, I'm just saying.
Just be responsible, you know?
Driving people around is not free, okay? Gasoline is expensive, and if you can't afford to pay gasoline, at least get me high when I get home.
Have you seen that funky